Hey guys, what's up? It's Chris. We're going to be doing two things today. One of them is paintball related and one of them is not. First, I'd like to say that I am pretty happy right now because I did something yesterday. Got my braces off. I know nobody really cares, but good for me, right? Alright, so today what I will be showing you is how to install Virtue OLED or OLED, however you choose to pronounce it, into your Empire X paintball marker. Let's get started. So, I'm going to show you the easiest way to do this. Let's get an eye on the X. Alright, first, obviously you want to take the grip frame off the X. I already took mine out for sake of time. Down here, boom, you got a screw. Obviously you want to unscrew. Now, before we even really get into this video, I'm going to say these doors are exactly the same. They have the lip and everything, except one of them has obviously a window to see the letters. Now this little black stopper right there, right above the screw, I don't have any Loctite or actually any liquid glue at all to do this with, but what you're gonna want to do, you're gonna want to take that little stopper off. And here's the Virtue door. See, it says Virtue right there. You're going to want to take the little stopper off this one, right? And you're going to want to put the screw in this. Then right above where the screw is, I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if I can grab my phone. Nope, alright. Yep, there we go. I have a little flashlight. So, you're going to want to, right there, it's kind of square almost. I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of square right where the screw goes on. You're gonna want to put that stopper, put a little drop of blue Loctite on it, stick it right there. But back to what we're doing here. So you take the door off. And then, if you're not familiar with the board, right now the board is installed, the regular board, and you can see it's on. I need to replace the battery, so it's off. On the actual back, with the button and the light, there's a screw that actually holds the board in place. You're going to use the same Allen key you used to take the door off. You're going to unscrew it all the way. Now you will need this screw, and the Virtue board does not come with another one. Okay, so hold on to it. Now when you do put a board, when you put this board or a Virtue board back into your gun, you will need the screw. Do not tighten the screw down too much because it goes straight into the electronics, and I will show you where it plugs in. So next, obviously, you want to take out your battery. You want to take out the battery, put that aside. Then you want to go right in here in the board. You don't want to drop it. You want to wiggle it loose. And the whole thing is going to come out of the top. You have to hold the battery harness. Just guide it out, because there's a hole in the top. So this is your stock board. Alright. Now, we're going to set that off to the side. You're going to want to hold on to this. And now, let's just look at what comes inside the Virtue box. So, obviously, it does come with a manual. I've already opened my Virtue board, so it's not in there. It's in my gear bag, but essentially you get one Virtue board with an OLED screen. The door, the window that goes to the door, and the screw to secure it to the door. So let's put everything down. Now the first thing you want to do is you want to fight the board into the grip frame. Now when I say fight, I'm joking. Do not fight this thing. Just be smart about it. The first thing you want to do, let me take this on. The first thing you want to do with your board is you want to take it by the OLED screen. Here's the front. Put the OLED screen, put the battery harness in first. So try to get the battery harness in first. Now remember, this board, this gun was not designed for the board. The board was designed for the gun. The next thing you want to try to slip in is the back of the board. And then if you can, nope, you're going to want to, this is not as easy as it was the last time. You just want to kind of shimmy everything in. You might have to unplug it and actually plug it back in. The Virtue, the OLED. Another thing, actually, before I get this all the way in, this capacitor, as you can see, I took the OLED screen off. This capacitor on the board, I'm not sure if it's always like this, but mine was bent straight out perpendicular when I took it out of the box. So just make sure you bend it back, because that is how it's going to sit. So now with the OLED face taken off, slide the battery harness in. Slide the battery harness in. Make sure the board goes in with the orange button down. And you should slide all the way down into the little lip. There's a tiny little lip. Alright. Now you're going to want to take your OLED board, or your OLED face, snake it up here. Now you might have to scooch the board and the OLED face up out of the gun a little bit to do this next part. So now, with the board and OLED face out just a bit, you want to try to push the board in as far as you can get it without damaging anything, of course. And then you want to take the OLED clip, OLED wire clip. Don't correct me on saying OLED. It is pronounced OLED. Go to Virtue's website and bite me, because I know somebody's going to comment on that. I don't care about your opinion on how you're supposed to say OLED, and that's just how it's going to be. Maybe we can unplug it from this side too. Alright, just remember which side you had plugged into where. So we're going to plug in this side first, because this is the easy way to do it. And I did not realize this the first time I put this together, because it was 2 in the morning and I am impatient on Christmas. So you want to shove the wires in there and get a hold of them. Alright, there we go. Now we've got Virtue board. Now you just take your Virtue face, plug it in. That's not in all the way. My phone is vibrating. One thing, I know everybody probably knows this. Make sure when you pull on, battery harnesses and wire clips like this and such things like this, you pull by the actual white piece of the clip, or whatever color the clip is, and not by the wire, because that will break it. Gotta sneeze. Now you want to take the same Allen key that you used to get the door off with. You want to take your little screw that you saved from your board, and you want to screw the board in just a little. You don't want to do it far in, because I'm not sure if it's with all Virtue boards or OLED boards, but with this one, if you screw it too far in, the little prongs that actually go into the eyes sit too far forward. Next, you want to take your battery just to make sure that the board works and it's not defective. Hold down your orange button on the back. You're going to have to push on it because the battery's not in there. So you get a beep. Beep. Virtue on. Lube me. My gun thinks it needs to be lubed, even though I've got like half a bottle of hater sauce in there. So there you go. Now you're working. Now the next thing you want to do, you want to wrap the battery harness around the poles on your 9-volt battery. All right, and you want to have some left over. You want to push this down. Now, between the board and the battery, there's a little piece of black foam that has nothing to do with what I'm about to do. What you want to do, you want to take your smallest Allen key, and with the leftover wire, you want to press it down between the board and the actual battery itself. You want to push it down. Don't be afraid to snug it. Do not be afraid to snug it, because this is how you are able to actually push the on and off button. Because if not, then the button does not sit far enough forward for you to push on it. Then you want to make sure you get your window on your door, which is not easy, by the way. And then you want to take your door, put it over your Virtue screen, over the actual board face thing. And what I do, to make sure it stays in place, I grab a piece of Scotch tape, put it right over the back of the Virtue board, or of the OLED face, right over the back, and just make sure that it doesn't, jiggle around or get messed up. And it came undone because it's old shitty tape. And there you have your Virtue board. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, leave comments, ask me questions. If you have questions about other markers, I can help you with Eclipse markers, Planet Eclipse, Bob Long. If you want to add me on Facebook, go ahead. Subscribe. Definitely subscribe. I will answer any questions you have. Like my videos, and thank you for watching.